Hi, everybody. My name is Sean Murphy. I'm an Irish historian, and I am working with the Irish Cultural Centre in Canton to bring you some Irish history courses. The one I'm going to summarize for you here, my title for it is The Protestant Ascendancy and the Penal Laws. So we're talking about the late 17th and the 18th century in Ireland. Now, the 17th century was transformative in Ireland. It began with the defeat of the last of the Gaelic clans, and they left Ireland in an event that we call the Flight of the Earls. After they left, the land of Ulster was confiscated and was settled then by settlers from England and Scotland. In the mid-century, we had Cromwell arriving in Ireland, and after he had defeated the Irish forces and the forces loyal to the English defeated crown, he then settled Ireland. Many of the people who got land in Ireland during that period were soldiers in his army, and other people who had supported his activities. After Cromwell departed the scene in 1660, he was replaced as the monarchy was restored in England. And shortly after that, then we had in England the rise of King James II, who was an openly Catholic king. Now, in Ireland, when he came to Ireland, he undone considerable amount of what had been done during the period of Cromwell, King James, and Queen Elizabeth, and even King Henry VIII. So he did things like allowed Catholics into the army. He put a Catholic in charge of the army and in all sorts of government and administrative positions that up to this time were not open to Catholics. Now, the problem for James then was that in England, they weren't happy about a Catholic and when being king, and it became a major problem when he had a son, because then they knew there was a dynasty. So they offered a position to his daughters and her husband, King William, and they arrived in England first, and gained control. James had to leave. He came to Ireland, and Ireland then became the battleground between the two kings who were vying for control of what would be Ireland, England, and Scotland. The most famous battle of the period was the Battle of the Boyne. Following the Battle of the Boyne, and then the following year, there was another battle about a year later, and then the Irish were forced to retreat to Limerick. That resulted in a treaty in Limerick, and that treaty then consolidated the position of the Parliament, which by this stage in Ireland was totally Protestant. That's why we talk about the Protestant ascendancy. Now, the new Protestant, and they were landowners, they were intent on ensuring the Anglicization of Ireland. In other words, they were intent on ensuring that English laws, customs, language, and religion would become so dominant that no native Irish population would ever challenge them again. And as we know, that failed. So that's the period I'm going to deal with. It is a very significant period in Irish history. People haven't either forgotten Cromwell and they haven't forgotten the penal laws. So I'm going to go into a lot of detail for you, and I hope you will join me on that course. You can register at the website at the Irish Cultural Centre. Some of you may be able to contact me separately, because if you've been with me before, you will know how to do that. So thank you for listening, and I hope to see you in September.